Hey, what's up? This is Matthew Butler. Just making this video as sort of a document. I've been on this huge nostalgia kick the last couple of weeks, reminiscing about the early 90s and bulletin boards, BBSs, computer games from that time. Just, you know how it goes. You often yearn for your youth, and that's what I got into a couple Saturdays ago. My wife was sick in bed all day, and I just started digging through all my files and started remembering the BBS Rich's Disc that I used to visit when I was a teenager, and I was thinking about this game called The Pit, which was an amazing door game that I played all the time, just loved. It was a gladiatorial pit fighting game where you could, with RPG elements, you could upgrade your weapons and your armor and get magic items and fight other people in real time online and chat with them, and it was just great. So I found a copy of the game, and it turns out you can run it locally. So I played it for a while, running it locally, and then I just decided that wasn't good enough, and I needed to set up a BBS over Telnet, knowing full well nobody's ever going to visit this thing, but I just needed to run it online. So I set up an old computer in the basement that I built as a server, and use the BBS software Synchronet, which is really great, very easy to get set up. I spent hours trying to run an old version in DOS just to be hardcore, and that proved to be too hard for me, so I resorted to running a Windows version inside a virtual machine running Windows XP, because I couldn't run it on Windows 7. You can run it on Windows 7, I just didn't have a 32-bit version. You need a 32-bit version of Windows. Anyway, so here it is. So I built it on this computer, and then just decided to move everything over to a VPS in Chicago, virtual private server in Chicago, that I'm just renting for a couple months here while I play with it. And then when I'm bored and the nostalgia wave is over, I'll take it down. But let's take a look here. It's called Hauntology. Where's it at? I swear it's on here. There it is. Let's connect. Hey, look. Running over Telnet. Hauntology. Node 2 of 4. Oh, that means somebody else is connected. I think that's probably me on another computer. So this is Synchronet. I can't remember which. I'm running in some sort of. Let's take a look here. Running in as you can kind of emulate like old Wildcat boards and various other styles of popular BBS software back in the day. I forget which one I'm running here, but I can send and receive email over this thing, which is pretty great. It only sends as my IP address, so every mail client in the world thinks it's spam. So if I send email to anyone, hey, let's just do that real quick. Let's see, electronic mail, E. Let's send some net mail. No, we don't need to attach a file. I'll send it to this is an old email account that I don't care if I get spammed. And you can just write your net mail right in here. And then there's no buttons, as you can see. This is text keyboard only, so you have to send a control character or a command to send /s. Boom, and it's sent. And that email address will get email from this bulletin board. Anyway, That's not why we're here. We're here to look at the pit. So if I go into doors, I have a few come in pre-installed with Synchronet. If we go to games, you get these like food fight and blackjack and door mud. I installed the pit, and I also installed Legend of the Red Dragon, which is a really, really popular door. Like everybody had it installed, and everybody played it, and I loved that game as well. Probably the only thing more popular as popular was Trade Wars 2002, but I don't have that installed here because I played it, but it doesn't give me the same nostalgia rush that the pit does, for example. So let's just go into the pit, show you how wonderful this game is. Activate your graphics terminal. There was a EGA client for this that kind of gave you it gave you quite a bit better graphics than what's here, but I'll show you what it looks like. I'm running the demo version of version 4.17, which I know is not the version that I played. Probably played version 3 something. But unfortunately, Mr. James R. Barry passed away in 1999 at a very young age, in his 30s. So you can't register this anymore, and there's just no way to get a hold of anything but the demo version, unfortunately. And it was $20 to register, and the way that he registered it for you was he handed back a hand-modified .exe file. So I don't think there's any cracks out there. Whereas Legend of the Red Dragon is so popular, like very easy to crack, or very easy to generate license keys for and get a registered version, which I do have. So fast login, no, just for completeness. Yes, there are no immortals, but in the demo version you can only get up to level 8, but it goes up to level 500. So it's kind of unfortunate because not that anyone's going to be sitting around playing the pit for a long time, but it'd be nice. So here it is. You start off with just your hands and a loincloth. As you can see, I've played just a little bit, so I've got a longsword and studded leather. I've got a score of 132. 4 wins, 2 losses. My health is down to 3. Got a little bit of gold, 310 gold in my pocket, 35 in the bank. So first I need to get healed up because I only have 3 hit points. So I'm going to go to the healer, which is asterisk, and I'm just going to do all wounds. And I'm all healed up. That's awesome. You can do some wounds, cure your poisoning, your disease, blindness, or buy a healing potion, which is pretty cool. And that's nice because you can use that in combat, as you would expect. So right now I don't think I can beat anybody except for, okay, I'll show you except for the trainees, which if we go to the arena, it's pretty cool. You start out with trainees and you just work your way up, all the way up to Norse gods, which if you try and fight them now, they'll just instantly kill you. But so that's the arena. You can see the little like map on there that you navigate around, and there's a tavern where you can do some buy some alcohol and buy magic items, gamble. And the coolest part, aside from just the game itself, is the challenge view section. And this is where you can challenge real people that are on the board at that time. And if they're not, you can challenge them and the AI will play as them. And it's kind of badass because if they've got a cool weapon that's a little bit better than yours and you beat them, they drop it and you can pick it up. So you can really screw over your friends. I'm talking me as a 17-year-old in the 90s, that you can just steal their weapons, and it's pretty awesome. So and there's a bank where you can bank your money so you don't lose it if you get beat, and you can commit suicide. But let's just go to the arena, fight a little trainee here. Um, so this rogue has got a dagger and a sling and some padded cloth, and he says, "Eat my steel, you spineless cur." So looks like me. I'm to use the number pad here. So I'm yellow. I'm just gonna run up on him here. Boom! He hit me with a sling. Took 2 hit points off. Isn't this thrilling? So I run up on him. I'm gonna attack. Bam! I hit, doing 5 points of damage. He's down, and now I think I can see if I can attack again. Wham! Just beat him. Since his weapons weren't better than mine, then he doesn't drop anything because there's nothing for me to collect that's better. So I won a little bit of gold, and my score goes up just a little bit. I can start to level, maybe go up to level 2 soon. And as you go up in levels, as you might expect, your attacks per turn get better, and you get more hit points and all that. But the point is, this was an online game in real time with people, depending on how many nodes the BBS that you were connected to had. I think Rich's Disc had 4, so you could fight with them, and it was awesome. That's it. Thanks. Can't believe you watched this whole thing.